Hello, I'm Sid Hunter, here at the Srila Prabhupada Museum in Los Angeles. Over the past several years, I've had the good fortune of being the editor of ITV's acclaimed Acharya series. In a few minutes, you'll be seeing the Acharya Part 5, another wonderful collection of documentary film clips that provide us with an intimate glimpse into the remarkable personality of that great visionary and spiritual teacher, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. But sadly, this will be the final show in the Acharya series. The film segments that you're about to see represent the very last remaining 16mm sound synchronized material in our collection of intimate footage of Srila Prabhupada. All of us at ITV feel honored to have participated in the production of the entire series, and we extend our heartfelt thanks to Yadabara Das and his wife Vishaka Dasi, who gave us so much of the original footage that was used to compile these shows. Certainly everyone who personally knew and loved Srila Prabhupada will appreciate the opportunity to rekindle and relish the sublime memory of his presence. And for those who never met Srila Prabhupada in person, we hope that these rare, all too brief moments will serve as an inspiration to learn more about his saintly personality and his teachings. At the ripe old age of 69, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada boarded an Indian steamship bound for America. Like so many who have come before, he arrived with only a few dollars, a couple of battered trunks, and a dream. But his was not the usual dream of freedom, fame, or fortune. Srila Prabhupada had a bold vision for the re-spiritualization of the entire Western world. He sought to transform the predominantly material consciousness of the West by transplanting the ancient religious traditions of India, first to America and then throughout the world. The seeds that this elderly saffron-robed holy man planted took immediate root and blossomed into an international spiritual movement that profoundly influenced the lives of millions of people. In just 12 years, from 1965 until he passed away in 1977, Srila Prabhupada circled the globe some 14 times, preaching, gathering disciples, and opening hundreds of centers for the study and practice of Krishna consciousness. In that time, he also managed to write and publish over 80 volumes of translation and commentary on the sacred texts that form the basis of Indian religious and philosophical thought, winning lavish praise from the academic community for his dedicated scholarship and profound insight. Today, his books are available in over 30 languages and are being printed at the phenomenal rate of 20 million copies a year. All of Srila Prabhupada's accomplishments were the result of his single-minded determination to make the science of self-realization both understandable and achievable, even in a world increasingly consumed by material values. By his tireless preaching, such fundamental spiritual concepts as vegetarianism, karma, and reincarnation have become widely understood and accepted. But Srila Prabhupada's struggle against all odds to establish a spiritual beachhead in the Western world is more than just a tribute to his fierce and vigorous resolve. His remarkable success was in great part due to an engaging personal warmth, a rare blend of deep moral strength and quiet humility that inspired both reverence and affection. Srila Prabhupada succeeded because his life and personality were the epitome of the ideal he set forth for others to follow. He could offer to everyone he met, not just a theory, but a practical way of living. At every moment, he was a true Acharya, a holy man who teaches others by example.
That is our motto. Krishna is Son. You know?
Krishna Surya Sama. So when Krishna sun is there, all these glowworms, lightning, will be finished. Keep this sun always shining. Then these glowworms will be finished. Wing circuit, 20 lakhs.
There was one newspaper article in the paper I was reading. They were advertising a new book about the evolution of man, and they were saying that there was approximately 2 million varieties of life on this planet. This was the calculation of the scientists.
2 million? No, 8 million. 400.
You were saying the other day that all the species of life are mentioned in the Padma Purana. I'll give an account of them.
But is it divided by country, or within one country there are many species?
You are taking up country, but Shastra takes of the planets, not of the country. Your idea is very simple. Country, national. But Shastra is not, there is no such thing as national. You take the whole universe as a whole. They consider from that angle of view. One planet or universe, like, looks like last night the girl was astonished how this planet can be governed by one king. But it was being actually done. And the whole universe is being governed by Brahma, one person. So one must know how to govern. It's like we have got different divisions for different jobs. Similarly, they're doing their duty nicely. All these planets are the different residential quarter of different demigods. They are controlling the whole universe. In comparison to them, this human being is nothing. Very good chance of realizing God in the human form. Just like difference between Western countries and India. India has a very quick chance of realization of God. The atmosphere is so nice. So, this planet is good for God realization, and the best place is in India.
So in this planet, everybody is meat eating. In this country, everybody is performing sinful
Everybody is
activities.
decreasing. The more you are becoming sinful, the rain will decrease.
So it is decreasing now.
Yeah. And at the end, there will be no rain. This whole planet will be ablaze with fire. That is the beginning of destruction. There will be scarcity of rain. There will be scarcity of rain and scarcity of food grains. The best thing is, at night there must be heavy rain, and daytime there should be sunshine. Then the field will be very fertile. That is knowledge. But they have no knowledge. They simply want to enjoy. They do not care for death also. Simply sense-getting. This is called dhanam life.
They say originally there was just a cell, and by adaptation, in some circumstances one kind would live and another would die. So all these varieties adapted to different conditions.
Who adapted?
Well, they just
Who managed?
accidentally.
That is nonsense. Nothing happens accidentally. That is nonsense. There must be some arrangement. What is happening is accidentally.
Well, they say every...
Why you are taking care of the trees? So many things. Nothing is done, accident. You do not see the cause. If accident is there, let accident come and I become rich man. Why they try? Why they go to the college? Let accidentally become MA, PhD. This is all rascal time.
Dr. Myers finds that he's chanting Hare Krishna a little in the shower now. When he takes his shower, he chants a little now.
One press reporter in the Berkeley University in the beginning, he wrote his article and he wrote that after hearing this Hare Krishna for a few minutes, I came home chanting all the road Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So when we conquer over these base qualities, then we become happy. Tadarajastamo bhava kama lobha dayastaje cheta iti anavidyam. When the consciousness is not influenced by these base qualities, cheta iti sthita sati prasidati, being situated on the platform of Satagun, he feels happy. That is the beginning of spiritual life. When so long the mind is disturbed by lusty desires and greediness, there is no question of spiritual life. Therefore, the first business is how to control the mind so that it may not be influenced by the base quality, lusty desires and greediness. We have seen in Paris, old man, 75 years old, is going to the nightclub because the lusty desire is there. He pays $50 for entering the club, and then he pays further for other things. So even he is 75 years old, the lusty desire is there.
Fall out of the spiritual sky at once or at different times, or are there any souls that are always good, they're not foolish, they don't
No,
fall
there
out?
are majority, 90%, they're always good. They never fall down.
So we're among the 10%.
Yeah.
Does
Or
Krishna
less
know-
than that. In the material, whole material world, all the living entities, they're just like in the prison house. There are some population, but they are not majority. The majority of the population, they are outside the prison. Similarly, majority of living beings, part and parcel of God, they are in the spiritual world. Only a few falls down.
Does Krishna know ahead of time that a soul is going to be foolish and fall?
Krishna? Yes, Krishna may know, because he is omniscient.
Are more souls falling all the time? Is it
Not
still-
all the time, but there is the tendency of fall down. Not for all, but because there is independence. Everyone is not liking to misuse the independence. The same example. Just like a government constructing a city and constructs also prison house. Because the government knows that somebody will be criminal. So their shelter must be also constructed. It is very easy to understand. Not that 10% population will be criminal. But government knows that some of them will be. Otherwise, why they construct prison house also? One may say, where is the criminal you are constructing? The government knows, no, there will be criminal. So if the ordinary government can know, why God cannot know? Because there is tendency.
The origin of that tendency is?
Yes.
From where does that tendency
Tendency means the independence. So, everyone can know that independence means one can use it properly, one can misuse it. That is independence. Therefore, it is the duty of the human being how to control the mind, not act like cats and dogs. That is human being. He should be inquisitive. Why this happening? Why this happening? And he should take education. That is human life. That is the difference between human being and dog. Therefore, Vedic injunction is, go and inquire. You have got this human form of life. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. Now this is the time for inquiring about the soul. Tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva avigachet. If you want to understand this science, then go to proper guru and take lessons from him. The same thing as we instruct our children, if you want to be educated in the higher status of life, go to school, go to college, take lessons. That is human society. The dog's father will never ask the dog, child, go to school. No, they are dogs. Come. The hippies are dissatisfied with the method of modern materialistic way of life. Is it not? Therefore,
They have given away
voluntarily,
their possessions and they have chosen to be
voluntarily they are giving up possession.
Latest report from the Chicago Daily News.
peace because they had already given up material possessions and so they were prepared
No, they are misguided. They want to have something new, but they are not accepting what is actually better. Some of them are accepting. But there is frustration, there is no doubt.
There is no doubt.
Frustration.
Frustration.
Yes. This way of materialistic way of life, like their fathers, grandfathers, they do not like. Is it not? Huh?
I think so.
Yes.
In Los Angeles, do you live in richness? Do you have a car and a chauffeur and
Why
a
not?
yacht?
I'm the guru of the richest country. Why shall I not have car? Do you follow?
No, no.
If I am guru of the richest country, then why shall I not have a car?
So you have one?
I have many. In each center I have got at least 12 cars. Just now I am coming from Europe, Germany. They have got 19 vans, 19. They go interior villages. the Volkswagen, what is called Volkswagen?
Volkswagen bus.
Bus, yes. So, our devotees are packed up in each bus and they go interior in the village. Similarly, in every center you have one. In Germany, in England, in Los Angeles, in New York, here also.
Yes.
There's 9 vehicles here.
Huh?
9 vehicles.
Just see.
9 vehicles in Chicago?
Yes.
Some spiritual leaders of various groups live in great richness with a chauffeur and expensive cars and boats.
Yes.
What about you?
And because I know you are envious, therefore I don't sit here. I'm sitting here. You are very envious when a spiritual master is honored very nicely by his disciples. You become envious. What can be done? But that is the etiquette. The spiritual master is honored as good as God. But if people you do not know, you become envious. Why this man is sitting in this position, in this gorgeous way? Why? What can be done?
Are you honored as good as God?
Yes.
Yes.
Srila Prabhupada is the most exalted personality on the earth. So he must be honored in the highest fashion.
No, that is the injunction. Jasya prasadat, you know. What is that verse? Sakshad harittena samasta shastri ruktas tatha bhavata eva sadhi kintu prabhurja priya eva tasya. Spiritual master should be honored as good as God. That is the injunction of the scripture. But the tailor, according to the body, made a covering of this hand, and this looks like a hand. This covering of the chest looks like a chest. Therefore, the impersonal means the material covering. Otherwise, spirit soul is person. Let's say you go to the tailor, according to your body, the tailor will cut a coat. This coat, ingredients of the coat, the cloth, that is impersonal. But it is made like a person, covering of the person. In other words, the spirit soul is person. As much as God is also person. Imperson means the covering. Try to understand. The covering is impersonal, not the living being who is covered. He is not impersonal, he is person. Very simple example. The coat shirt is impersonal, but the man who is putting on coat and he is not impersonal. He is person. So, how God can be impersonal? The material energy is impersonal. That is explained. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat abbakta murti. This jagat is abbakta, impersonal. And that is also energy of Krishna. Therefore he says, I am expanded in the impersonal form. That impersonal feature is Krishna's energy. So the material covering is impersonal. But the spirit soul or the super soul is personal. Any question in this? The very intricate question, anyone?
I will have to sign that.
This payment Book Trust has paid
Yes,
to me,
yes,
but that is my money, not your money.
yes,
I am paying you.
yes.
It has been simply sent through you,
Transfer.
transfer. But actually Book Trust is not paying to me.
No, no.
So under this circumstance, what is the account?
What
That
is?
you are debiting that paid to A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
I have written it as a transfer because your Divine Grace told me you were going to give me these certified checks.
Oh. So
But
you
if
have,
I can do it another way.
uh,
If you do not want to deposit the checks with us, I will write it as a donation to some project in India. Whatever the money will be used for, I can simply make it a donation.
donation, that's all right. But you are not donating, you are taking payment.
Only if you want.
No. You give me a statement, if not many months, at least in this month, what is the receipt and how it is spent and what is the balance.
For this account in India?
No. Every month you give me a statement.
Of BBT?
Yes. So much receipt, so much spent.
Oh, yes, I can do that. Every month.
Every month.
No problem.
Uh,
I am doing that already and sending a full report to Bhagavan and Hansaduta each month.
So you can give me one copy.
Yes, I never did before because I didn't want to
Alright.
disturb you with the details.
No details. Give me this. I love to also keep and record. So you can, for transfer, receive the check.
Yes.
Is that all right?
Yes.
I am giving in favor of DBT.
Yes.
And you...
We are acting like your bank.
Huh?
We are at BBT is acting like your bank.
Yes, that's it. That is it. Law. Yeah. There is no sufficient man or they are not working. Otherwise there is tremendous market. I did it personally. When I was alone, I was selling this Bhagavad. All the school, college have it very, with great delight they were taking. And then I've got standing order of the American embassy, 18 copies of each book as soon as it's published. The same standing order. But these people are not doing no now. India management is
So for the time being, the money will not be used for the construction in Mayapur. It will be used to print books.
Mayapur, they have already taken 1.5 lakh from me.
Now Gopal Krishna in India requested that BBT give him a loan of $160,000. In India, just this during the Mayapur festival, he requested a loan from a US BBT for $160,000, which would be used to construct the second residence building.
So how will pay back?
His plan was that the American temples would purchase rooms, and over a period of 4 or 5 years, they would pay that money back. So is that still approved by you, by your Divine Grace?
Yes, I know that.
The only thing is that we will have to delay the loan, because for the next 3 months, all our money will be used to print these 17 books.
Fastable books, then loan. However, we cannot hold up printing, that is not possible. This you must always keep in view. We are not going to, the surplus money we are going to pay. Not that at the cost of stopping printing. You must always keep it. When you require money for printing, there is no question of loan at temple business. This should be our.
He says, how would we react if someone breaks in and tries to rob the building?
Rob?
A thief. What would we do if a thief came in? In other words, would we be violent?
We shall punish him.
You shall be violent?
Why not? A thief should be punished.
You would punish yourself? What will you do? Will you start attacking him?
No, ourselves or anyone, a thief is to be punished. A thief has to be punished. Ourselves or yourself, it doesn't matter. A thief is thief. He should be punished.
What if he breaks in because he's hungry?
Who begs?
He says, what if he breaks in because he's hungry? What if he becomes in as a thief because he wants something?
But we said everyone come and eat. Why he should remain hungry? We invite everyone, come here, eat. No charge. We don't charge. So why should remain hungry? Let us increase this program. All hungry men of Melbourne city, come here, you take your eating, sumptuous. We invite, come on. Why you should remain hungry?
The minister is elected according to public will in our society.
Because they have made a department just like your, what is the department?
Social welfare.
Social welfare. So if they find social welfare, why not help? Why they bring politics? If actually there is social welfare here, why they should not support it?
Yeah, well, you're right. But in our society, minister is elected to carry out certain policies. Not what he wants, but what the people sort of voted for. And they are taxed to support.
And if your policy is social reformation,
social reform is not our policy.
The social welfare.
So just to look after those who are in trouble. That's our policy.
Well, everyone is in trouble.
What?
At the present moment, even the ministers are in trouble.
Yes, but that is not what our function is. Everybody's in trouble.
Physician, heal thyself. You see? They are also drunkards, they are also woman hunters, and meat eaters, and gambling, that's all. They require to be rectified.
But we can't help that. That's society. You have to go and change society. Then society tells us to act differently.
But unless you change the society, how you can make social welfare?
Oh, it's a
If you
different
keep them as it is, there is the question of welfare.
give it a different interpretation to the word.
How this, I don't...
Does you understand me?
Basically, one must be first class ideal man.
Yeah.
That is one.
That's why it's so very difficult. You have to work on your own, and you have to see that you have freedom to work. And if you convince enough people to go your way.
Our own program, it is not box properly. You find out fault with us.
What?
You find out what is our fault.
I can't see any fault.
Then you can disagree. But when you see everything is nice, how you will not accept it? Unless you are biased.
Of course I'm biased. I've been brought up differently.
Yes. That's like our...
Because you're biased against my life.
No, we are not biased. We
You say I'm
that just like we are not biased, we are allowing. We say that if you want to be first class man, then you must not commit sinful activities. That is our problem.
But I as a public servant, I'm not here to change society. Society
we are also
tells me
public.
what to do.
We belong to the public. You must become our servant also.
Yeah. But?
We are public, members of the public.
Yeah.
So you should become our servant also, if you are public servant.
A public servant is, in our philosophy, is a man who serves a minister elected by the people. And this way he serves the public.
Yeah.
And what the public decides is something different.
Just like we are proposing here, I am not proposing, Krishna says, that one must be peaceful. How to become peaceful? If his mind is always disturbed, how he can become peaceful?
You're quite right.
So that is the secret of success. You want to make people peaceful, but you do not know how to make him peaceful.
Yeah.
So therefore you have to adopt this.
You have a competitive society.
We say that you chant Hare Krishna, eat here sumptuously, live here comfortably, and you become peaceful. It is guaranteed. If anyone, even a madman, agrees to this principle, that let him chant Hare Krishna mantra, take whatever nice food stuff we prepare, take, and live peacefully. He will be peaceful.
What's your answer that still such a small percentage of the population, a tiny percentage of the population, accept a philosophy that sounds so
tiny percentage, just like there are so many stars in the sky, and there is one moon. In percentage, the moon is nothing. If you take percentage of the stars, the moon is nothing. But moon is important than all the nonsense stars. But because he is moon, he is important than all these rascal stars. This is the example. What is the use of taking percentage of the stars in the presence of moon? Let there be one moon, that is sufficient. There is no question of percentage. One ideal man. Just like in Christian world, one ideal Jesus Christ.
How do you feel about Mao Zedong?
Huh? What's that?
He says, how do you feel about Mao Zedong?
In China, he's the ideal man.
He's a communist.
His ideal is all right.
In China, he is.
His ideal, communist idea, that everyone should be happy. That is good idea. But they do not know how to make it. Just like they are taking care of the human being in this state, but they are sending poor animals to this letter. Because they are godless. They do not know the animal is also a living being and the human being also a living being. So for the satisfaction of the tongue of the human being, the animal should be cut through.
But that's how it is.
So what can we do? Then hopeless.
Oh, you can work on the class.
We are going without depending on these rascals. We are going on. We are publishing our books, we are making our movement. We honestly try, that's all.
Yeah.
Dr. Gerson has promised that he'll read every single one of your books before he writes his book. He's very
That's
serious.
very kind of. We have got about 50 books.
He knows.
And it is increasing. Perhaps in the next 2 months, it will increase another 17 books.
When a person came first, he was doing some drugs or some nonsense. And now that he's taken the Krishna consciousness, he has become so much more of a healthy and wholesome person.
That is the test.
That is the test.
That is the real test. How we got so many devotees from the hippie group. So how they have given up all their bad habits. This is the real test.
So the function of his testing is to show that change takes place in a way that other scientists will accept it. That is his purpose.
Oh, that's nice. And that is already admitted by educated class. Therefore, they are becoming attractive.
Well, there are still many who aren't familiar with the movement, and I hope to familiarize
them. But I say that even there is something wrong, it is not impediment. They are making propaganda that these American devotees, they are CIA. This propaganda is very strong in India, making the people against these American boys who are preaching.
I would like to show them a path so that they won't be cheated any longer.
Provided you know the path.
I'm trying to learn.
So first of all, learn it. Otherwise you'll be cheating. If you do not know the art, and if you want to do some benefit to the others, then that is cheating. Suppose a physician, he does not know what is the medical science, and if he wants to become a physician, that is cheating. Quack.
I hope through the study that I'm doing with the devotees and the books that comes out of it that it will help them not be cheated any longer and show them the right way.
Yes.
He's advising his patients that they should chant Hare Krishna and come to the temple.
Then is then you are frank.
Another thing I would like to do is go to Gurukul and test the children and show what NBC did was very false and unfair.
The television, they did a very bad story on Gurukula.
Yes, they cheated. He wants to cheat and get some money. That's all.
He wants to
because the whole so-called human society is combination of cheater and cheated. So anyone who is acting without Krishna consciousness is a cheater. And anyone who is thinking himself advanced without Krishna consciousness is cheater. This is the basic truth. I mean Krishna consciousness, God consciousness.
Taraya karuna ghana ghanatyam praptasya kalana gunana vasha वन्दे गुरश्री चरणारविन्दम् महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीता बादित्रमाजन्मन सोरसेना रोमाञ्चकं पाशुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरश्री चरणारविन्दम् संसारदावानललीललोका प्राणायकारिण घनाघनत्यम् सकलनगुणार्णवश वन्दे गुरश्री चरणारविन्दम् श्रीविग्रहाराधन नित्यनाना सिंगारतन्मन्दिरमार्जनादौ श्रीविग्रहाराधन नित्यनाना सिंगारतन्मन्दिरमार्जनादौ युक्तश्च भक्तांश्च निजुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरश्री चरणारविन्दम् युक्तश्च भक्तांश्च निजुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरश्री चरणारविन्दम् संसारदावानललीललोक प्राणायकारिण